Hello, welcome back to this week's episode of Galacticos News.
Yay!
Yep, the brothers are back, and
Yay!
we all watched Mufasa,
Woo!
the, I guess, prequel to The Lion King, but told in the
Also a
like kind of
sequel.
like a sequel. It's
Yeah.
Rafiki telling the story of Mufasa to
It's
a
about
young
the
Kiara.
past. It's about the past, but it's in the future. That's weird,
So
but still.
yeah,
But interesting.
um,
I liked it.
yeah,
Very nice.
sure you did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For this movie, I really didn't care that much for it.
Who's surprised? Nobody.
No one. I bet even the audience wasn't surprised.
Probably not. No. The only thing I disliked about this movie was the way that they tried to make was the way they handled Scar and Mufasa's splintering or sort of fractured brotherhood. I didn't I disliked how they handled that. They didn't really handle that well, and I mean that's the story, so they really just didn't handle the story all that well. I did like how they met. I thought the brother aspect that they had, and that's disgusting, Ethan.
The one thing I was trying to avoid.
I just like the way they handled the brothers and the story. I thought how Scar and Mufasa met. I thought that was actually well done.
Hmm.
And I didn't mind. I thought Rafiki was a good enough brother, or not a good enough brother. I thought he was a good enough character. Seeing a younger version of him, I thought that was good. Sarabi, I didn't really care that much about. She was kind of just there. She was just there, and I get why she is there. She's spoiler alert to some degree. She is kind of the main focal point of why Scar and Mufasa kind of have a sort of a quarrel or a problem, sort of a fading out. And I did not like that part about it. That part kind of sucked. I think in part because it wasn't told well, another part because of that kind of thing has been told a lot. That kind of
That kind of story.
that kind of plot point has been used a lot, and it didn't really it's been done some of the time it's been done well. This one it felt stale, not as good, and didn't quite have that same impact that one would be hoping for with seeing these two at the beginning, and at the end it fell out like kind of crappily. But I liked Mufasa. I liked Scar until about the third act or like the third half of the movie or like the third later end part of the movie. I liked him. I really liked him at the beginning. I thought they did a good job with those two characters at the beginning. It's just they didn't know how to handle the fall and dissension. I still don't like the CGI aspect. I get that this is still supposed to be like a prequel slash sequel for like the live action Lion King, but I still don't care that much for the CGI aspect. The voice acting was fine. It's just the facial features that you can get from the lines. They still haven't perfected that down, and it does not. The emotions aren't always the greatest shown.
Ethan, what did you think about the movie?
It was a movie.
Okay.
But no, I thought it was pretty decent. I mean,
You lied to me, Jason.
What
You
he
said
said
Ethan hated it more than
in the
you.
theater, he didn't like it.
mm-mm.
Oh.
That's what I said. So I didn't know if he was gonna sullen
A
up or not.
brother. It's a like. What do you mean? It's a brother, bro? It was like,
I thought it was
What are you talking about? What are you yapping about, Ethan? What are you talking about?
the music was trash. I
the
expected
one
better music from that.
the one good song was the
I like the
brother
Exactly.
song
music.
You don't even
between
know. You don't even know what the song was called. That's the funny thing.
no
If you're going to make something original, have it have good music, have it have good animation, and have it have a good storyline. It failed all three.
no you didn't
It
like
was
the
not
You didn't like
good.
the story? You didn't like the story?
No, it
you
was
didn't like it
Oh.
literally
when the very villainous giant white lion was saying bye bye. You didn't like that?
that was funny. That was, and it felt more of it being theatrical and less. Ooh, it felt less like it
No,
felt
but
less. I
you
was
couldn't take it seriously after that. It was
no.
like
It was like, oh, good. We have a villain that's basically trying to be John Williams when you're supposed to be freaking
Yeah,
Hades. But it's like,
yeah.
come on, you're
You're not
trying to go.
supposed to. You're supposed like he's saying he wants to kill him, but he's saying it in the most childish way possible. It's I don't know. I didn't like that. One of the other things I didn't like was the whole, and this is the last thing, and I'll go ahead and give a rating, is the Kiara stuff where they kept on randomly just putting it back into the story aspect with like constantly bringing back in, I guess, not flashbacks, but like interrupting it with scenes of Kiara and Rafiki.
Oh, I disagree. I love that.
They were good at the beginning, but as the story progressed, I wish they would have just stuck with the story instead of kept on going back. Like you kind of made your point. You did the funny bits at the beginning. I didn't really care that much for that at all. It kind of took you out of the story more. So, but yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10, maybe a 4. It's not that good. It's not atrociously terrible, but it's not that good either.
Thomas, you're
This
shaking
guy.
your head now, but you don't even know my rating yet.
Yeah, I know yours is lower.
It's lower.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
lower.
Maybe a
You're just
4.
you're just
Just
out of your mind,
I'm
if I'm being
not.
honest.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't it's
You
not that we're
can't
out of our
tell
mind,
me.
it's just we don't like it.
I'll give you the animation, and
I wish it was animated. I wish it was animated. I
I'll
think it would have
give
done
you
better animated.
a lot of the songs. I saw this TikTok, and I agree. A lot of the songs, they're like worse versions of the original Lion King, and I've seen comparisons, and
Yeah.
I agree to that to an extent. But
Also, on top of that, a lot of the score is
okay,
just redone. Is just also just either reduxes or remaster or like different versions of like using the same tonalities or using the same scores as the original Lion King in certain places. So a lot of
okay.
the Mufasa score is very much similar to the Lion King, and part of that is for
Oh
nostalgia
my God.
reasons.
Okay, thank you, babe. Anyway, yeah, I've seen that argument, and yes, um, I agree to an extent. But also, the songs are original, and I really like them. And Lin Manuel Miranda is very good lyrically.
No, he could jump. No, he could jump off a cliff. Those songs sucked.
A lot of the lyrics are very good, and the way there's a lot of foreshadowing in them. There's a lot of they kind of build on each other, and I really liked it. Anyway,
The
as far
only
as
one,
story. I'm not finished talking,
I'm
Payson.
sorry,
Why don't we stop a little hushing here? Anyway,
yes, ma'am.
okay. Anyway, as far as like story goes, really love it because they make it a tragedy. And it's like if they just did some things differently, the whole story could have changed. And I really like seeing that. A lot of people said that like Mufasa was the bad guy in this movie. I think that's wrong because like definitely Scar is the bad guy. Like he's done some bad things. But you're giving him some backstory and you're seeing why he did that. He had a bad father figure. He in his mind, he was justified. He wasn't justified. In his mind, he was justified. And that's really compelling too, when you see that dynamic play out. And I really like showing that. Um, and yeah, I like the movie. The songs were catchy, in my opinion. Were they as good as the original Lion King? No, but that's a really high mark to get. But
I
yeah,
don't
I
know
really
why
liked
Ethan
it.
looks like Smeagol.
Yeah, Ethan's like a little weirdo.
My precious.
Still the
I
same
will
old Ethan.
I will agree with you to some extent, Thomas, on the story. I think having it be a tragedy was kind of a focal point. But what they tried to do, I think they just did a poor job of telling it.
Yeah, I disagree. What do you mean by poor job?
Well, they tried to give Mufasa this sort of underdog complex where he was the guy trying to step up, and they gave Scar Taka the sort of thing where he has to live up to these expectations, but the expectations are very, very low for Taka. So I don't know exactly why he has so much pressure when all he does is have to nap all day. whereas for Mufasa, he was given all these like skills that he has, but yet for some reason they're trying to paint. It felt like the story was trying to paint him as an underdog throughout the movie.
Because he was. He was for like most of his life. And then he became king.
He
Because like he only got those skills because he was a stray. And he was like brought up around the females and stuff. And like he wasn't supposed to be there. And so
well
you
he
see how like and you see how like blood doesn't matter and stuff like
well
that.
yeah, I get that. What I'm saying is they also say that he already had natural gifts like this to begin with, and they just exemplified him.
Yeah, but the way in he's an underdog is mostly because like he doesn't have
Astray.
royal
Yeah,
yeah, he doesn't have royal blood.
I get that.
Like he doesn't have a family and stuff. That's like mostly the underdog part, not really like and like yeah, he has these gifts and they're important, but like if none of that movie happened, the gifts wouldn't really be important either because like you said, like they just nap all day. So like those gifts are like cool and all and like they matter in this story, but like they wouldn't have mattered outside of it. You know, like if none of those events happen. And so like that's why you see like the Destiny thing and how cool that is, like Destiny, the earth shakes and stuff.
Mhm.
Rafiki was so funny. Rafiki, Puma, and uh the other one was like
Timon.
the Timon. I almost said in my mind I heard Timbo and I was like, that's not his name. But yeah, those three
Tim
were
Tebow.
hilarious. That those yeah, those three were hilarious and I loved them. They were so funny. I was
Tim
like,
Tebow.
his name isn't Timbo.
He prays after
Tebow.
every single movie made.
But
Rafiki,
yeah.
Timon, and
All right,
Fiki,
Ethan,
Pumbaa, and Tebow.
let's
What
hear
would you
your
rank this,
thoughts.
Thomas?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd
break
give
it. I
it
got one more bite.
probably solid. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. After getting out of the theater, it was definitely like an 8. And I might put it down to a 7.5, but I don't really have any reason to, so I might just keep it an 8. But I probably would have to rewatch it again. I just don't like like you said, the animation is really weird
Yeah.
sometimes, especially with like facial expressions on like animals.
Yeah.
Like but
They're trying to do the human and or the human animations on animals, and they don't have the same facial structure.
but I like the story, so I didn't really care about that as much. But also it was like very like cinematically it was also very pretty with like some of the scenes and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Anyway, Ethan,
the concept was good. It's just I think the implementation of it was bad.
sure. Yeah.
That's I think where we
Anyway,
disagree.
yeah. Payson, did you hear the
It's
story
our
about that?
problem,
Did I hear the
freeze.
what?
The story about Akuna Mufasa?
No.
Hakuna
They were
Yamama.
just they were just like talking about I think Seth Rogen was talking about it. He was just like, yeah, they were just fooling around in like the studio and they were just like making that up. And then they were like, yeah, let's use that because it was really funny. And I watched it. It was so funny in the theater. They were so funny. That was like, such a great underrated duo. Anyway, Ethan, what's your rating?
I ain't gonna lie to you. These Tostitos cheese is really good. Salsa con queso. Get it. It's really good. The movie itself was an interesting plot because we're starting at what is it? The little cub, female cub.
Kiara, I think.
Kiara.
Yeah, starting with Kiara. So I was like, oh, okay. We're starting with Kiara. Cool. We're introducing her as a character. All right. And then the worst thing in the history of Lion King happened. In honor of James Earl Jones. Okay. So this movie is dedicated to the great. Is it it's right, James Earl Jones, right?
James
That's what
Earl
they call
Jones.
it.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones. Okay.
Don't
So
know
this
why
is
that's
to
a
the
problem, but okay.
this is to the okay, this movie is dedicated to the James Earl Jones. Okay.
Yes, you
All
can
right.
read subtitles.
All right.
You can read
Okay.
text on screen. Good to
All
know.
right. All right. So, you're telling me that this character, Mufasa,
Uh-huh.
was an underdog. Under cat, may I say. He was an
That is the
undercat
basis of the movie, yeah.
that somehow learns how to do something, right?
We're
He has
just
a gift.
so we're just describing the movie.
He was given
Yeah.
the female lion gift. He was taught how to hunt as a lioness because he couldn't hang out with the males. That
Yeah.
I didn't get. I don't know why they did that, but okay.
That's just what lions do.
But you're telling me,
You
No, I
know that,
don't.
right?
No,
yeah,
the
I knew
lions.
that.
No, the lions go and kill like
Okay.
strays and stuff. They don't do that.
No,
They wouldn't have accepted it
No,
in the
no, yeah,
beginning.
yeah, no, no, no. But I'm saying like
but I thought it
the
was.
fe the
I
females
thought okay.
hunting and the lions sleeping, like that's what just what lions do. I
I was
hope you
like,
know
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
that's educational because that's
Yeah.
actually what lions do. So I was like, okay, they taught us something. Beautiful. Thank you. We went from nice hair, Thomas. By the way, I just want to let you know.
Yeah, whatever.
But
Thank you, thank you,
they
thank you.
went from educational to the actual plot, which was they find everyone in the span of 30 minutes. You know, they find the whole gang in 30 minutes, which I thought was okay. Like, how are you able to find everyone in 30 minutes? And then it's like, oh, the white lions are killing them. They're killing other lions. I'm like,
Well, they are.
cool,
That's what you see
cool,
happen.
cool. Thanks. Awesome.
Okay.
Cool. I don't care. And then there was like the whole bye bye. I'm like, bro,
That song was so funny.
you're telling me,
I
yeah,
love
but
that
that's
song.
not the point of that song. The point of the song
The
is
point
to
of that
show
song
how
was to be
evil you
menacing.
truly are.
Yeah, the point of
You're
that song
sending
was
a
to be
message
menacing.
to
Yeah.
you're sending a message
No,
to
but that's power though. Like being able to like, I don't know, be that non-serious in that a tense situation is kind of power. Like it's kind of powerful. It's like,
I don't know.
um,
I just don't like that because it was
I don't
like
know a
you're
good.
telling me you're trying to tell your audience, oh, this lion, he's the baddest lion of them all. He's gonna kill you. You're going to die. And it's like, okay, so I'm going to supposed to take him seriously.
It felt like they were
But
trying to imitate the Scar's song in the original Lion King about be prepared.
yeah, you mean the one that was read as a poet in Lion King, the
Yeah,
live action?
I've heard that, but I don't think so because
It felt similar. It wasn't
it does feel
Oh
similar,
similar,
no,
but
but
it
no,
felt similar.
it
I
did
don't
feel
think that's what
similar.
they were trying to go for.
It
Because like,
sucked.
because like they already showed how menacing he was
Hey,
when like he killed.
hey, one more buy and that would have been copyright. Am I right?
Okay,
Yeah, by
they already
far.
they already showed how menacing he was when he like killed his own lion, and like he didn't even get his hands dirty. He just like let other people did it. So like that's like kind of like
You
power.
mean his paws?
Okay, all right, Ethan, go back. Stay in California, man. So what do you give it out of 10? Or did you have more to say?
No, I had more to say. I
Oh
You
thought the
my
get
music
God.
6 minutes.
I thought the music was not good. I felt
Okay.
like the music was pitiful. Bye bye.
You've already said that. You've already said it. Keep going.
It was all
Yeah.
right.
Let's get on. Let's move on to another point. You already said it.
I have 6 minutes. Give me a break of that Kit Kat bar. Yeah. So the music I thought was all right.
You
It
just
wasn't
said that
good.
you thought the music was bad. Oh my.
The music was not good. Bye bye was one word off of being a copyright, and I felt like the music wasn't good at all. I felt like the music could have been better. I felt like if it was more thought of than thought out, like you know what I mean? Like it had like idea behind it instead of it just being thrown in there. Be like, ooh, let's throw a beat behind it, and it wasn't that good. I didn't like it, but not even the plot was good.
Uh-huh.
Not even the like you're telling me, right? Two lions escape of the one lion's it was like the British speaking lion's family. So him and Rogue Lion escape somehow the white lions. I don't know how they did that. Like I still don't know how they
Uh-huh.
did that. So they
Power of
escaped the
Jesus.
white lions, right?
Yeah.
So they escaped them.
They
Went
jumped off a
to
waterfall
yeah, they did that. Survived that somehow. Killed
because there
two
was water at
fem
the bottom.
yeah, that makes sense. But my thing is though, right? The force, the forcing Mufasa to liking Kiara. Is
That
that her
wasn't
name? Is that
forced.
Ki
No, that's just.
No, no,
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Sarabi.
It was who?
Sarabi.
Sarabi, that's it. Why? Why did we force him to do that? Scar wanted her. Just like have her go to Scar. Oh no,
That
he
wasn't
isn't the title of the movie. Scar must not get that
I
character.
will say that wasn't set up that well at all.
No, it wasn't. It was awful. I was sitting there barfing into my popcorn bowl thinking, oh wow, they got Scar in. Mufasa fighting over a girl. Who knew that was coming?
Yeah, but
That was just a sucky reason for them to get.
That was the stupidest reason for them to quarrel over her. Come on now.
I wish if that was supposed to be like the straw that like finally like ended everything. I wish they like set it up better.
Yeah.
But
I think they set it up fine. But anyway,
no,
I didn't like that.
because I don't think that's the only reason, and they kind of had others in
no,
there. But
they tried to make it not the only reason, but it kind of felt like it was.
it
It felt
wasn't. But we're
forced.
just gonna. It wasn't, but we're just gonna disagree. So let's keep pushing.
For me, it felt forced.
Yeah.
I'm sure it did. All right. What did you give it out of 10, Ethan?
I like how Thomas acts like a prick and then gets annoyed whenever we interrupt him.
Well, yeah, because like when I talk, I say things. I'll just talk about nothing.
So I felt like the plot, um, it went through a
Just give
renaissance,
it a rating before Thomas
and that
cries.
renaissance wasn't good.
Okay, so I gotta go soon. So let's
Yeah,
hurry
he's
this
got to
along.
go.
Oh, yes, to go.
Yeah, not number one or
Hmm.
number two. He actually has to go.
Did that say Ethan is dumb?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably on the flip
How'd
side,
you
it says
know?
Payson is too. That's
Hey, all I know is how not to blur on my camera. That's crazy.
and it's okay.
well, on
No,
the other
I don't
side,
think
it
you.
probably says Payson is too on the other side.
Oh, does it? Wait,
I don't
turn
know.
around. Turn
No,
around.
it doesn't.
Ah. Okay.
Continue.
I give it a 2.
Cool. Terrible score. I disagree,
That
but
low,
whatever.
Yeah.
that low.
Yeah. I was
Bro
expecting
doesn't.
actual musicalness like Wicked.
You had
By the
such
way, I
high
do
expect.
recommend
You had
going
a
and
lot
watching
higher
that.
Yeah,
expectations.
Wicked was great. We agree
Oh
Yeah.
on that. Wicked is
gosh.
amazing.
Yeah. Wicked was good.
Wicked
Yeah. The
might
Mufasa was
be
not.
might be the best movie of last year,
Oh yeah,
potentially.
100%. No.
Potentially.
Um,
Anyway,
it's in top 5 possibly though.
let's get an outro going.
Outro!
Thank you guys for watching this episode of Galactic Reviews. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time.
I got a bag of chips!